two, one. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Rodzay Visuals. Nah, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Rodzay Visuals, man. Greetings to everybody out there. You came to the place where y'all get the real deal content. No fabrication, no adding to the legend, none of that old stuff. You know what I mean? You know, we ain't got to do all that stuff to get y'all in to fill the seats and all that stuff to be in here listening. We all know my path. In case of gully, y'all, a lot of y'all don't understand my path. My name Lil Rodzay. I'm up out of the rolling 60s, a well-known joint up out of the section and affiliate of the hustle, man, for sure. You know what I mean? And also being able to be one of the movers and shakers and brush shoulders with the likes of everything that was walking through that thing that called theyself somebody. Yes, indeed, that's me. Rodzay. And my reputation rings far and wide. That's for sure. And if you need to go ahead and run a make on me, go ahead and ask about me. For sure. Now that I made this transition in my life to where I'm trying to do something better and trend in another direction, we've been beating this drum of the streets is a myth. Yes, indeed. We've been trying to beat that into the youth and beat that into society and let y'all know that, man, y'all been bamboozled, hoodwinked. Man. Because these politics is selective, selective. What? Man, these dudes running around here picking and choosing, man. Come on, man. If I was able to do this up inside the league, inside the boxing world, man, I would have no loss in all this picking and choosing these guys is doing. You know what I mean? The rules applies to contrary to who the guy is from the section. If you ain't nobody, if you just got put on, your mama and them ain't grew up over here, you ain't really spent nothing, you ain't that guy, yeah, you're going to be oppressed by the rules. Other than that, man, the rules don't apply to them other guys. Them dudes cutting with the Joker, cutting with the Joker like a mug. I'll tell you, on my mama, they cutting with the Joker. Can you imagine how much time we would have saved? I can't even really, for real, in my heart of heart, in my mind of mind, I used to run around with so much pride in my heart for the wars that we won and all that old stuff and the hoods that we oppressed. You know what I mean? To turn around today and wake up and realize that my older homeboys was sliding and snitching. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. You mean to tell me y'all been running around here with this old Whitey Bogart or Whitey Bozier playbook, this old flea flicker this whole time, sending our opposition up the river, huh? Sending our opposition up the river and debriefing at the same time. Rodney Glaze, Rock, bro. I got so many names, huh? Man, whoa. Come on, jump up in these comments, man. Fill it up, y'all. Tell me what's up, man. Jump in the comments, man. Share the page. Let them know what's up, man. Rodzay up in here. And I ain't came to play either. Prince All Veteran, what's up with you, homie? How you doing, man? I'm happy to see you up in here, man. Showing your face. That's what's up, man. Truth, what's happening, loved one? What's Louis? Jeez, man. Good looking out for subscribing, Louis, man. What's up, man? What's up? Waypoint. Uh-huh. I don't know what this is, Axel. You know, Casey. What's good, Colorado Springs in the house? What's up with y'all, man? What's up with the homeboy Eddie boy? He up in here. I see. The shoestring tackle. Yes. I did add you, Eddie boy. I did add you. I sent you the link. Uh, I just double tap the screen with my tip for sure, man. Y'all double tap, man. You know what I mean? All that liking and stuff that support the channel, man. And for real, real, y'all ain't gonna really get the content that I be getting. That's the reason why I don't have to come with all that pizzazz and showing my face with jewelry and all that old stuff because people already know who I am and they know when I speak, word is bond. It's written in stone. If I say it, it happened. Huh? My journalism is so impeccable. If I say it, it happened. Huh? You know, I like to send my condolences to what happened with the downtown and all that stuff. Yeah, August 3rd. That's normally A Trey Gangster Hood Day, but it's also coincide with A Trey Hoover Hood Day. A lot of people talking about how did the homegirl from 9 end up caught up in that little ramshackle. Well, if y'all know any other theory, hold on, let me see. Eddie Boy, let me add. Eddie Boy, did you come in? If y'all got any other theory, y'all will realize what that is. Eddie Boy in the house.
What
What's
up,
up?
man?
How you doing, homie? How you
How
doing? You know what I mean?
you doing? What's
They don't under,
cracking?
they don't understand how that your green screen kind of twisted.
Oh,
Fix it
hold
up.
on, hold on.
But they don't understand how a situation such as the homegirl from 90 could get caught up in that situation with the Hoovers. I don't think they understand that theory and how, although we all is ops, but let me tell y'all the situation, man. Most likely, even though we oppositions, although every one of us, like out of 10 people, one of us got a family member with the ops. One of us is related to a Tray, a Hoover, a VN, a Brim, huh?
Yeah,
And
that's
and I might be going far fetched. It might be one in every five, huh, Eddie Boy?
right, right. That's a fact.
You know what I mean? We all
Everybody know.
relate.
Everybody has family from somewhere.
We all related. So you know what I mean. And then you got to go back to the point that you know. Also, nine O's. They Manchester Park, huh? Orchard Block. Y'all know what? Come on, when we get to popping that Orchard Block, y'all already know how close that is to the Hoovers. You know what I mean? I remember people like Big Cuckoo and them.
But I have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead, pop it.
At 52 years old, right?
Yeah,
What do you think about that? For
maybe,
her,
maybe she the one rented the joint. Maybe she run a concession. I mean, we don't know what's going on in all the capacity, but for me, you know what I mean. For me, it ain't something that my desire. You know what I mean. But for her, man, you know what I mean. Like, what's to say? Why can't we do it? Why can't we go outside?
I'm not saying we can go outside, but you know the element that comes with that, right? We all know, and you know the element that comes with that, and you have to stay ready to get ready, right? So
Yeah,
nine times out of ten, when you go into one of them settings, everybody high, drunk, um, everybody, they're not in their right state of mind, and stuff like that. And then you have ops. So the thing is that where's the security comes in at, right? So if you're planning something like that, don't you supposed to have a crew or dudes that's supposed to be on high alert?
yeah. I mean, you could say that, but also for a woman, a lot of women don't really go by the policy, huh?
Yeah, but it just wasn't women there. It was also men there, right?
I'm just saying, but we talking about just you right for sure. But just saying in regards to the sister that got, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
the sister. Man, they don't see them policies. A lot of time when we be politicking, we make the hoes get from in the back. Hey, get up out of here. This grown man business. You know what I mean? So she could be a whole lot of desensitized and you know a whole lot of other stuff going on. So I don't,
So we take it as, so basically the dude whoever done that, this was just shooting in the crowd. Just basically. Had no
somebody.
real had
Yeah,
no
he didn't.
real target.
No real target. Just you know what I mean. Just out there, out there, just like miss. You know what I mean? Spraying shit.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
You
just
know what I
spraying.
mean?
Hmm.
you know. I
Yeah,
mean,
inexperienced type individual.
yeah, but hey, what they say ain't no
No, ain't no
rules in
rules.
ain't
Yeah.
no rules in love and war. You know what I mean? That's another thing. Like, all y'all coaches got a whole lot of motherfucking tolerance for a player pain. You can't tell me how to hurt for one of my homeboys getting down. You know?
Yeah, yeah, I understand there's no rules, even anywhere you go, there's no rules. So it's just unfortunate, man. It's like I was like, wow, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's yeah, it's sad. You know what I mean? It's sad. At the same time, we can't just act like people just done laid down they flag. You know what I mean? you know, hey,
No, no. Evidently, we understand that everybody hasn't laid down their flag. That's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah. It's a lot of stuff that's going on beneath the surface. I remember when a nigga was young, a nigga used to spin the block and be like, hey, y'all watch y'all, homie. Woo. Nigga just came from over there in the whoopty whoops. They might be sliding back through here. In this day and age, you
You better
cannot
not.
give a head up at all.
No, no.
So she could be out there. Anybody could be out there not knowing that somebody done came up on some good numbers. You know what I mean? And you out there trying to shake a derriere. Uh,
But you can't even go back and tell that you can tell your homies nothing anymore, man, because of the severity of the informants over there now.
that's
So
what.
you can't
Exactly.
you can't do none of that. So be honest, I hope that whoever, hey man, I don't know, man, but this new day and age in 2025, man, they don't tell them what them dudes gonna say and
Hey,
go
do you
back
know?
and
One thing that I take in consideration, Eddie boy. Do you know how
uh
many license plate readers them niggas probably passed up going to go do that skit?
get too many. But they got them new cameras out there now. You know what's them call them
Yeah,
cameras now? I forgot them cameras, man. There's some new cameras they putting up everywhere. You'll see them.
yeah,
So it's like they gonna track you back. What they gonna do is they gonna track everything back, all the cars, the motions,
yeah.
everything, the face recognition.
I heard they already tracked them dudes down, huh?
I don't know, man. I think I seen on a video where they tackled one dude. I don't know if they got a dude there or anything like that, man. I just ain't heard no news on that yet.
Yeah. For the people that just popped in, we talking about a situation that just happened in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles, August 3rd. That's the A Trey's Hood Day. That's also coincide with the A Trey Hoover's Hood Day. Specifically, it was the A Trey Hoover's Hood Day where if 8 people end up getting shot, 2 people unalive. Um, that's what we over here expounding on right here. You know what I mean? The lady that one of the people that succumbed to injury was about 52 years old. A couple of people was 52, 60 years old. You know what I mean? Grandparents. Grandparents. You know, like like when does it becomes just way too childish?
Right. When is the cutoff point from being a member or associating with things that type of situation when you have kids that's coming up in that particular age, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and they all about that particular type of life. When you was an elder, you got to understand you're not young anymore. You become an elder. So why would an elder put themselves in that harm's way? Now I'm not saying that a person can't go to them type of situation or nothing like that, but I'm just saying the critical thinking part of it is that what comes with that particular type of atmosphere, and everybody should know that. If you come from that, you should know what comes with that. The possibilities and things of that nature. So that's my biggest thing. Where's the cutoff point where we're gonna stop, sliding on each other and all that? That shit is stupid, man. Because it's like, bro, If them dudes went out there, and if them dudes got caught already, they gonna get them dudes Buck Rogers Day, bro. They gonna get them dudes 200, 300 years
Hey, but
behind.
well, when you see somebody that 52 and 60 years old out there, you know what I mean? Don't that just shed a whole different light and aspect on it for Big U situation, for example. 57-year-old man that would like to, hide behind this grassroots shit. Then you go ahead and find two, three people that's 60 something from A Trey Hoover out there, still out there flying them banner, participating. Like, what is the state of the what is the state of the black culture with that right there? Like, how is he gonna wiggle?
Right, that because they're stagnated. I'm talking about mentally, they're stagnated. And I always say, man, if you're over a certain age and you still out there with that particular type of mentality, you have a mental problem. To me, I don't know about everybody else. I think it's meant something mentally wrong with you, and especially when the way we was raised, we've been through so much scrutiny dealing with on both sides. The streets, the law enforcement, the
Yeah.
system and
Mm-hmm.
everything like that, bro. So how can you not pay attention on what's going on? And you don't. And if you're going to have a hood day, and if you're in that older type of crowd, you don't need to be with the youngsters anyway. You can be somewhere a secluded area where it's way more relaxed. A different type of vibe and that old type of thing like that. You don't have to be around all them. All that energy right there, because whatever energy that is being brought to that particular situation is the energy that what people brings.
On the real. You know what I mean? Hey, fool. And on another aspect with the female situation, I be like, female be so jaded, they would drop their guard, for love. Not even realizing all these hard feelings between these other sets. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm showing another aspect of the young lady from 90. She might have had a boo thing over there. You know what I mean? She might have been in there. She might have been, somebody might have been pulling at her heartstrings. She might have been, her boyfriend might have been over there or something. You know what I mean? And that never happened for like a joint. He not gonna go to the old girl hood day. But old girl will pull up and you know what I mean, be around his. I mean, I'm not trying to give any excuses. What you could expound on that, man. I
Hey,
don't
bro,
really.
I don't. To me, bro, you already know my stance on that, bro. It's like if you were at a particular age, and if you call yourself a person that you've been there and done that, you don't need to put yourself out there like that. Regardless, man or woman,
Yeah,
because in this day and time, bro, there's no fighting, in this day and time. The youngsters, they got guns bigger than their bodies. They be like 110 pounds, 120 pounds, 130 pounds, and the guns be bigger than their body, bro. Bro, do you know how much courage it takes for you to get out of a car and walk up on somebody and get out on somebody like that, bro? you
do
know
your dance. They got,
right. Do you know
huh,
how much courage you have to have? And then a lot of guys, man, they don't have that type of courage, so they just shoot,
yeah,
from far away or in the crowd or something like that. And then, innocent people get hit, women, children,
yeah.
um, whoever,
And it
so
ain't no getting away. This is not gonna be no cold case. Let me just tell you, brothers out there right now, this ain't gonna be no cold case. It's too many ring door cams. It's too many license plate readers. It's too many. It's too much technology. Period. And in this day and age, to do to whip out a camera before they call the ambulance, it's too much technology. Fool, you're going to jail. You're going down. Down go Frazier. On the real. Hey, it's a question right here by Dewan Dixon, right here for you, Eddie boy. He said, "Hey, OG, he from Akatora, New Zealand. He like, bruh, I watch Kev Mack videos, man. LA gang culture interests me. I like the interviews Kev Mack did with Big Rebo and Monster Cody, Pretty Boy, OG Q's, OG Redneck, Redhead, and all that. How
it's
you
not a
feel
question.
about that?
It's not a question. That's just a statement.
Oh, just a
He did,
statement.
yeah, he just a statement. He just saying he liked what Kev Mack put out. Dealing with he probably infatuated. A lot of guys ain't never been a part of that. A lot of these good brothers that's young, they
Yeah.
never seen that movement the way it was back then, bro. When
No,
you
but
had to, you,
this is what I wanted to hit. Really, really, for real, real. I'm gonna let you land on that. But
hmm
when I was speaking on that, and when he put that statement out there, he's saying that he gets his information from Kev Mack. And from my perspective, in my mind, man, Kev Mack just as good as Kev Mack might as well be getting his information from Traveler Ross because he don't never be on no back streets. That's that's my sentiments. You could go
but
ahead and
you
expound on that.
but you don't have to be on the back street when you are connected to the brothers that was on the back streets. You understand? So he see the brothers that he interviewed, like Big Rebo, straight joint, bro. Maka
Yeah.
Cody, joint. Who else he had in there? Rockhead, joint. Cutes, joint.
Uh-huh.
Um, these brothers was on the back streets, bro. And I know all these brothers right here, bro. I know all these brothers he named. I know all
Yeah.
them brothers, man. I've been locked up with them brothers. I met them brothers personally. Relationship with some of them individuals. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter. So what even though he has the platform, he's tapped in with the joints. So if you tapped in
But
with a person that been in the back street, they can tell their story to the best of their ability. Now, if you now, don't get me wrong. Now, if a brother telling his stories and other individuals was there, and the brothers is lying on the story, then that's when a brother should question the authenticity of the story.
Aki, he's interviewing joint. He ain't never been a joint. He's a fan.
Bro, everybody has a position. You understand that, right?
Huh? Do you see how
Everybody,
many
I understand, but as you coming from where you come from, bro, everybody role is not the same, right or wrong.
1090 Jake. If he interview a joint right now, what you gonna say? Is he from the trenches?
No, I'm saying that when we coming up like we came up, bro,
Yeah.
everybody wasn't a foot soldier. Everybody wasn't in
Everybody
a
got their role.
right.
Yeah.
Everybody got a role, bro. So you got to
What was his
understand.
role? What was his role? I never seen him come past West Boulevard. What was
Well,
Kevin Mack role?
I went to jail, bro. So
Did he hang? Did he hang down there when you was down there in
no,
your era?
in my era, I used to see him all the time. Oh, in Cal
Which
backyard, and Jerry garage, and stuff like that. I used to see him in the hills all the time. That's
what?
before I left. Now,
But
after I
but
left,
when
I
you
don't
left,
know.
we was on 11th Ave and 63rd at Slip House with Ghost in them, right? That's when you left, right?
Yeah, that's when Steph had a
Right there.
house right there, right there on the corner of 60th and 11th Avenue. You're absolutely right.
Have you ever seen him there?
No, I haven't never seen him there. Like I said, I met Cam Mack in the hills, bro.
Oh,
But I see what I understand though, bro. I understand everybody role. That's what I understand.
no, that's
You know,
that's that. He never
no,
did come down.
okay, but you may have a different. Okay, he never came down, bro. I was locked up, so I can't speak towards the brother like you could speak towards him.
No, I'm gonna
You
speak for
understand?
it. That's cuz a buster. He a buster like a motherfucker. I don't even and he never did check Cowboy for jumping on the stand. He a buster for that also. And he told a long time ago, you a buster for that. You know what I mean? And you ain't doing nothing but out here, out here just siphoning the culture, fool. You ain't never been with nothing. You interviewing all the joints, man. Let a joint interview a joint. I'd rather see you interview a joint,
Yeah,
Eddie boy.
but that's not my push. You know what my push is? My push is like for little bro. So the
Yeah.
thing is, um, but like I said though, bro. Okay, where the telling part come in? I never heard of that.
Oh, that's
I
the.
never,
Oh,
I
that
never,
okay. Oh, I thank you for asking that question.
I,
I
I,
was wondering
I,
how I was gonna get you
I,
to do that.
I never
I
heard
was
of that.
wondering. God damn it. Okay, let's go into it. Okay, back in the days, Elbow Brother, him and Elbow Brother did a lick together. They robbed something. This fool went up in there when they got caught. Dude did a whole lot of debriefing, did all type of telling, insinuating, and all type of stuff. But since Elbow Brother was just an overhill affiliate, he was a big tuna, turned up non-affiliate. Elbow ended up gang banging. His brother didn't. So the tuna couldn't go in politics. But Elbow later on get into some issues similar. And
but
dude,
where's the proof to that? That's what I'm saying, bro. You know how that stuff is. If it's coming from Elbow or if it's coming from somebody, did they lay everything down, the proof in front of everybody?
oh, it's documents for sure. It's documents for sure. Oh yeah, I done seen it through Elbow.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it, bro.
Oh, it's documents. It's just that you know what I mean. He don't, Elbow got that spinal condition. He done, fell off. He over there, he withering away. So he really don't really want. When he put this out there, he was in a little bit better condition than he is right now.
Well,
Right
from
now,
my understanding, because I asked him about that, because the last time you said something about that, bro,
yeah. What he
and
say?
he said, "Nah, that's not true, bro."
Mm.
And he said it's not true, and there's no factual evidence behind that.
On dead homie, he told me that's the truth, and I done read the paperwork. So, so all that old shit, he probably just was spinning you. But we could get to something else. I don't really want to pound Cab Mac into the book. He got enough going on with Cowboy on his name, being Lil Cab Mac, you know. But I just that right there,
But do
that
you
always
blame? But no. So how can you blame Mac for Cowboy, right?
nigga, every day that nigga got to get dressed and walk past fucking Cab Mac house to get on that stand, nigga. What you talking about? That's like me. Me and you living in the
And,
same building. I'm passing your shit up with my suit on. You ain't gonna never call me, tell me, hey, brother, where you going? Hey, bro, I just seen you on TV. You know them
Mac,
niggas also, them niggas been hanging with that nigga after that.
but I thought he was always in Vegas, and when all that was going on, I don't know, bro,
Nigga,
because I
nah, he
haven't
that
been
nigga when
around
I went,
there.
nah, bro. I'm gonna tell you where he was at. He was on the dead homies. I'll tell you what Kev Mac was when Herman Douglas was doing all this motherfucker debriefing. That nigga was up there on La Brea. What's that little room at up there? Huh?
On La
On
Brea,
Overhill, on Overhill in La Brea,
on,
huh?
over here in La Brea. Oh
Up
yeah,
there,
you talking about? Oh,
yeah,
you talking about
that's where nigga
Simply
and
wholesome?
up there in the little cut at the little motel room up there. That you know what I mean? The dudes from the Jays think they could sneak in there. The homies from the hills sneak up in there. You know what I mean? You know where it's right there. Right there at that little 3-point street. You could go down Stalker, or you could go down La Brea, or you could go down Overhill. You know what I mean? You could hit like 3-4 ways. You could hit La Cianica right there. It's the motel room right there. That's where that nigga was at. He was
The
damn near
su-
homeless.
the summit.
I think that's what it was called. Yeah, that's where he was at, bro. When that shit happened. Let me tell you, none of them niggas, all them niggas complicit, fool. None of them could duck this nigga. They was with him. They was with him through this whole charade, bro. We ain't gonna let them duck that. We could go ahead and get to something else. I see you trying to roll out the red carpet on them on that one. I ain't gonna let
No,
you do
I,
that
I just want. I
one.
mean,
Yeah,
you
no,
know
no, no,
me,
no,
bro.
no. That's what we ain't gonna do, nigga. Nigga, we got video, nigga. Nigga, we got video with that
Well,
nigga shaking hands with Big U and all that shit, nigga. That's what we
but
ain't
wait a
gonna do
minute.
this.
Right. Well, I understand
On
about the
Slauson.
dude, the fake cowboy dude. I understand
On
his.
Slauson. We got what's her name?
I understand that position, bro. I understand that in its totality.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that when just saying about the other brother, man, because you
Oh,
know me,
you
bro.
want the cap? You don't the Cab Mac? Man, Cab Mac ain't gonna do nothing to you, bro. Over that shit. Don't worry
Nah,
about it.
I know that,
Don't
man.
worry. I
Come
got
on,
you. I
man.
got your back
Shut
fade.
up,
I
nigga.
got your back fade. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll pluck every feather off that yellow nigga. Don't worry about it. Hey, hey, but yeah,
You
let's go.
stupid, man. I
What's
just be
up?
want to see the proof, though.
You want to see the proof?
Yeah, bro. That's it.
It ain't no
That's it.
nigga. We don't. It ain't no proof about the no good shit. Do we need to see it?
Nah, we don't need to see that, bro. We
Okay,
ain't even yeah.
come on, King. Come
Mhm.
on, King. I told you. I put it on the dead homies. I read the paperwork. What you mean?
Okay, all right.
I put it on the
I-
dead homies. I read the paperwork. You see how I did Bright Dog case work? I said it point. I said A to B. What happened? Because I read paperwork. I do case law. Remember when I first arrived with the WAC 100 situation? It was a young man that came on talking about I was a legal beagle. I taught him how to read paperwork. I'm a shepherdizer, bro. I'm a case law in the Ninth Circuit. I know I'm blowing my.
Oh,
I know I'm tooting my horn a little bit. You seen that nigga, the toothless nigga from Brim? He was reading my case law from the Ninth Circuit. I beat him one time in the ninth. Yeah, I'm a bad motherfucker. But what you think gonna happen with the no good shit? I heard they done caught dudes for that.
yeah, they already caught dudes for that. You talking about Lil Lattimore?
Yeah, about
Yeah,
Lattimore.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They caught dudes for that already, man. They been caught dudes for that already, bro.
Oh, I
Um,
I just got a
they
little something that I heard.
they been caught that brother, man. Them dudes out there, that gay dude and another dude, they told on each other.
Yeah,
They been caught each other, caught them dudes
bro,
out there, bro.
man, you got to be a bad motherfucker to have a gay slider to send a gay hitman. what the
Money
what the
talk, boy.
you
Bro. You know how
you a
money talk.
different nigga. You different. You know what I mean? You send a gay. Oh, you different, nigga. You know what I mean? I would never see that one coming because I'm so far than trying to go the opposite direction from that to let them know that I ain't even on their team. I'm not even batting on that team, so I'm going opposite direction. Nigga, that's an assassin.
Yeah, that was foul for that for that to even go that in that particular route.
Yeah.
Uh, that was like the lowest of the low. Um, for them to even do that, brother, like that, because you already know me. I feel some type of way about that right there, bro. And and because not because he was from the section or nothing like that, because he was my friend. Like, cause like I
Yeah.
said, man, I tell dudes, bro, it's like when I walked away, man, I walked away, but I still had like personal friends over there,
Hmm.
So it was like, man, it's like dudes get to the point, man, where if your homeboy or something like that be in violation of something, or you think he's in violation, it don't mean that you got to go to that extreme. You can stop messing with him, you can cut him off, whoop his ass even. But
Hmm.
it just certain things, man. I feel that should have never transpired in that particular situation. But they caught them dudes out there for that already, though, bro. They been caught them dudes out there for that already, bro.
Okay, let me bring the readers. Let me bring y'all up to speed on what we talking about. Okay, during this whole little wicked, like the uterus regime type situation, one of the older homeboys ended up getting unalive in Arkansas and dropped inside a ditch out there. So what happened is they stumble across two of the culprits. I might be, misstepping a little bit, but one of the guys debriefed and also said basically who sent the hit. And they basically got a hold on the young man while he's sitting up inside a cell right now, waiting for him to finish his time. And they're gonna transfer him out there to Arkansas. But what I was saying is so wicked is that, you know what I mean? The dude was a gay assassin. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
Like I don't even communicate. I don't even know people from that genre that do that type of business. So you gotta be a different nigga. That's like, you know what I mean? Like I done heard like how do you even get into what black website you get that from? Where you get the gay assassin from? Huh?
He was locked up with that dude, bro.
Exactly. And that's where the debriefing came up to. It said that the nigga was the man Sally.
Oh yeah, we all know that.
Oh, this is getting bad. This is getting bad, y'all. Hey, y'all, this is getting bad. So,
Yeah.
for everybody that thought that all this shit, it was a little bit of daylight in between, a whole lot of, bro, this shit getting worse and worse. Each day, dudes is sitting there trying to strategize on trying to get out, and they had no ties to our back streets, so they could go ahead and do what they could do and be excommunicado. You know what I mean? They could be, Sammy the Bull somewhere, you know, ducked off. Man, the world is good, is big, man. You know what I mean? You might not never run into some of these dudes. Huh? We
Yeah,
got
yeah,
different proclivities.
right, right. It's vast, and brothers, it's like brothers in different lanes nowadays because brothers, a lot of brothers see that it's not even worth it to be around that type of demonstration. Even though we come from that, you grow up out of that. Some of us do, not all. It's only be a few that grow up out of that. It don't be the majority of them because a lot of brothers still be having ties to it, and still, I see videos, I see dudes on Facebooks, and they have regular jobs and stuff like that, but when they go out to functions, they be like hoods, they be chunking it up, they be hood this and hood that, and
Remind
I be like, dang, bro, you sick, you 60 years old or almost 60 years old, bro. Your grandkids got to come. My grandson, he's 16, so I'm like, damn, I thought that was for the kids that age to be doing all that type of stuff.
it's
So it's like,
yeah,
so it's just so deep, man. I'm talking about the uneducated, because a lot of people got third grade educations, bro. And you got to understand that, and I understand that. And a lot of people can't comprehend, and common sense is not common nowadays.
yeah,
So, but that situation with the that's the only reason I spoke on it, because I knew it was already adjudicated.
yeah.
You know,
Oh
so
yeah, it's already etched in stone.
right, right.
I'm talking.
It's
I'm reading. I'm going off what they already. What they. It's already a sealed deal, fool. They already got the shackles made for you, fool. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's what we.
that dude's a buster.
Yeah,
Fuck that dude. Yeah, that dude. He can
yeah.
go. He can go eat one up. Matter of fact,
Mm.
he need to go, since he like that. Since he like to swing on that side, he might as well just go all the way.
That's crazy because I never knew that the nigga he was Saucy Santana. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But hey, it is what it is. It's to each, it's to each his own, man. This shit be crazy, you know. But when you be in behind them walls and you just give up, nigga, all that become your reality. You know what I mean? I don't get it though, man. I don't get it. Mm-mm. Let me read some of these comments. Anything you want to touch on? They talking about
I
cell
want.
phone towers.
Who is Kendrick Reed? He said, "Add me." Who is that?
Kendrick Reed, where he at?
He
Oh,
down at
he
the
wanna
bottom.
he wanna come up here, huh? I don't know
Who
who
is that? You
Kendrick
don't know
had.
her?
Oh, Kendrick Reed. I don't know who Kendrick Reed. It's
He just said Adam. He don't say who he is or nothing like that, huh?
just Addy, man. Little Cuzzo, what's happening, hood boy? Yeah, neighborhood Cuzzo. I'm over here reading a couple of these comments. Yeah, they up in here, man. They up in here though. You know, yeah, and it's a lot of stuff, man. Um, y'all thought I said demon on one of my previous podcasts. That was demon. You know what I mean? Demon was the one in the front hoods with Terry Heron. That situation. But I really go on that a little bit further because I don't want, you know what I mean? Let's figure this out. Let's get to something else. But yeah, man, it's a whole lot going on. What do you think about they just shot Diddy down? What you think he gonna come? And your boy Loose Cannon, man. Oh my God. Damn. Cannon. Huh?
My boy, man. You already know my sentiments with that dude from day one, man. He ain't never been my boy, man. I don't, I paid attention to that clown brother from the jump. I knew that dude wasn't from over there. I know that dude was bad. It's just like I said, man, in one of my videos, it was like a epiphany, man. He reminded me so much of his father, bro. It was just it's unbelievable, bro. He just lied. You know what? We got to keep it a buck, bro. When your back is against the wall like that, and how old he is? I think he's 42, right?
Yeah.
He's 42. He just had a brand new baby.
He
He
oh,
got that girl.
I think he older than that, but yeah, go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
he's,
42.
he's 42. I
Yeah,
remember when they was born. I remember they was born, bro.
just had a
And
brand baby.
he just had a baby, right?
Got that overweight albino over there in the pool. You know what I
So,
mean?
so
Teasing him.
no, but like, so logically, right?
She bouncing back.
No, I'm just saying his situation. See, these situations that brothers be in, they be out here on the streets, and then they get in these situations. First of all, you got to prove when you try to be a part of a section or a hood, you got to prove that you're with the business,
Yeah,
right? Okay, and then once you prove you're with the business, then you got to go prove to the DA that you're innocent. You
exactly.
know, right?
Yeah,
So now, and if you can't prove that you're innocent, you're gonna prove that you're gonna try to work your way up out of certain situations.
yeah.
So his back against the wall because when I went to court, he was trying to separate his case. And you know, when you dealing with a Rico, bro, you can't separate your case, bro. Period.
Definitely can't. They
You
talking
can't.
about he only got one charge. Wait, hold on. He
Nah.
got one charge that triggers three statues, y'all. He got one charge that triggers three statues. He got a charge that extortion. That charge triggers the extortion. It triggers the high, and it triggers the what's that other thing? Hmm? The extortion, the Hobbs, and the Rico.
Right, the Rico. See, that's why now if they separate his case and only charge him with that one charge, they have to drop his case and charge him on the state level. But they not gonna do that because he's up under that umbrella of the Rico. And a lot of people don't understand that because common sense ain't common to a whole lot of people, bro.
Yeah,
You know?
in my I kind of like, you know what I mean. I'm like, let me put on his shoe. If I was a old CB4, nigga out of Fontana overcompensating in this old gangster shit, you know what I mean? What would I do? You know what I mean? What can I do? I already locked myself in by even saying this on the podcast. I testified to something that a confidential informant testified to. So I'm already locked in to that. So what can I do? Let me try to get rid of some of these statues, that Rico, that Hobbs. Let me see if I can tell and get some of that Hobbs and that Rico and all that, some of that dressing, that window dressing up off this thing. Because regardless, they could give it all to him, no matter what, because he already admitted.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to they need him to validate whatever he was saying on them podcasts
Yeah.
to bury draws.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, and once he turned against him, he can't go in the courtroom with him. He got to go in before him or after him.
Yeah, hey Jamal, Bradford, yeah, I need one of them, please.
You say, Big Eddie boy, I have two
Yeah,
obituaries.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I need that for sure.
yeah. Linford, what
Ye-
was his Lattimore? Lattimore.
Lattimore, yeah, Lattimore Nelson.
Lattimore. Yeah, Lattimore. I remember Stony, the homie, long little Stony from 40s, you know what I mean? From 40 Avenue. He was Lil Lattimore, in case y'all didn't know. You know what I mean? Big Lattimore was from 60s. Lil Lattimore was from 40s. Stony. You know what I mean? My dude that be over there off in between 43rd and Gramercy and all that old stuff. You know what I mean? Yes.
What's up, D? What's going on, bro?
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But what you see the hood's so wide open right now. I'm looking over there, man. That thing kind of it look like it's going downhill. There ain't enough dudes to occupy
No,
the
no,
corners.
it's not going down here, bro. It's the gentrification, it's the change, and I don't think everybody's seeing it. It's like say for instance, like the area I stay in, like when you go over there to Venice now, bro. Venice is like a rainbow coalition, right?
Hmm.
Now you go in over there in the Crenshaw area. Sometimes it's like I walked. I mean, I went through there the other day. It was like I seen some Asians walking with their kids. I seen some white folks walking with their kids. They walking their dogs. It
Yeah,
just it's changing. And I give it like five. Just like when I moved to Carson in the 72, it was nothing but whites. It was just like a couple of us blacks on one block. 5 years later, it was all black. All
yeah,
the whites moved out of there. Now it's going to come to the point where over there, even in the Harlem neighborhood, it's the same way.
yeah,
That whole west side, it's going to be a rainbow coalition.
yeah.
So that's why you're seeing what you're seeing now,
See,
because
they,
a lot of brothers in that section, they don't stay over there like that no more, bro.
bro, for the Harlems and the Fruittown Brims over here, man. In the next like year and a half,
Oh, that's over.
shit gonna get real for y'all over there. On my
No,
mama, the Olympics coming, they about to try to comb all y'all up out of there.
right. Not just them, all the
Yeah,
gang members, because
yeah,
they did us like that in '84. Even if it's like little bitty charges,
yeah,
they came and got us.
yeah.
You
And if
know,
they could do that, they gonna start turning that shit into straight student housing. I seen how it happened on Jefferson in Vermont. You know what I mean? That apartment, that little, they start turning everything student housing, student housing. Then they gave it to they might give like one section to older senior living or something. You know what I mean? One of the building, then the rest student housing, student housing. You know,
it depends on how many units you have, because because I'm in that field. It's like if you have over 50 units, you got to set aside for some for low income and some for disability and stuff like that. So it's gonna be, bro. It's gonna be different, bro. Everything is changing, and I don't. And like you said, bro, I don't think a lot of brothers get it, and a lot of people see it because they're not paying attention. Everybody have tunnel vision. They don't step outside the tunnel and look inside the tunnel to see what's going on.
okay, so somebody over here, Black Warriors, talking about salute from California. So who genifying the Mexicans, or it's a mixed bag, bro? I wouldn't say no one demographic. It's gonna be a lot of really for real, real. I think that they really distract you by putting it on one demographic. This is about the haves and the have-nots, nigga.
Right. The rich
This
and the
ain't
poor.
this about the rich and the poor. This ain't got nothing to do with no black and Mexican, nigga. This got to do with the rich and the poor. You got rich people coming from different and harsher climax and demographics and all that stuff. Kansas, people coming out here. We becoming the hub for business. You know what I mean? So everybody coming from all these old places where they was having all these natural disasters, tornadoes, flood. Look at all the stuff that's going on in Dallas. Look at all the stuff going on in the East Coast. You know what I mean? Right now, hey, we got prime real estate over here, and you got gang members that don't even see the value of what they sitting on. Been over here for all these decades. Grandmama been from the hood, uncle from the hood, son from the hood, grandson from the hood, but ain't nobody thought to buy anything.
You got a few over there. You got a few people over there that's still over there, bro, that
It
got
ain't
property
enough to
over
make
there.
it ain't enough to make an impact, bro. We over here talking about we over here doing it for something that we don't even own a blade of grass in. Name, you know what I mean? Name if you name. I mean, through all the decades, it should be a large percent of us, bro, that own that over there.
Because the houses when we was growing up, they wasn't even that expensive. Not even the apartment buildings was only 100 racks, bro, when we was growing up. And we was touching more money than that at that particular time. We were just was stupid.
And the
We didn't
people
know
that
what to
start
do.
owning,
Right.
the people that started owning property started doing it late in the game. So just to tell you, if we would have started earlier, we could have been on boardwalk. You know what I mean? All that stuff. We could have had houses and condos on that.
Exactly.
But that is what it is. Well, we went over a gang of little stuff, man. We in the houses within one hood boy said the house is like 1.3 million. We went over a whole lot of stuff. I'm gonna have to bring this to a conclusion, man. This thing, my battery running low. Next time I'm gonna have to do this on my little system, man, for we could get it in, or you go ahead and host it. You know what I mean? But for now, man, this is this Rodzay and Eddie boy. Eddie boy came in here and expounded something. You want to close it out, Eddie boy?
Salam alaikum.
That's what's up. Ah.